Is there money in poultry business?
So there's money, serious money,
Serious money.
serious money.
Like I want to get involved in poultry business.
Poultry business is one business that you're sure of getting at least 40% of your investment. 40% of your investment. Okay, let's use the broiler aspect of it. For instance, you're sure of getting at least 40% of whatever you put in. Let's say, for instance, you put in a million naira. You're sure of getting at least 400,000 extra after 8 weeks. And I think that's good. That's
so
fair enough.
400,000 profits after 8 weeks.
After 8 weeks, if you're investing 1 million.
Eggs and birds are a form of protein for human consumption. Good day, I'm Ayon and welcome to AgricDeck. On today's episode, we're going to be speaking with an entrepreneur who is making millions of naira farming eggs.
My name is Ian Edet. I'm the Managing Director, Mafyong Farm Enterprise.
Okay.
I'm an animal scientist by profession.
Okay.
I like introducing myself as a farmer. I'm an all-round farmer. I do both crops and animals. Where we are here, it's Akamakam community in Odukpani local government of Cross River State. Currently I have a capacity of about 10,000 beds. That's the maximum I can do. But at the moment, I have over 5,000 on ground. I have about 1,600 laying beds. I have about 2,500 pullets. I have put together about 1,000 broilers in different batches.
Okay.
Because in this farming thing of us, the basic thing is consistency, being consistent. So that's the reason why I have, for the broilers, I have beds in batches. There is no time you call me or you call my farm that you don't have table-sized bed for consumption. Okay,
that's impressive. So what's your daily activity like?
Daily activity, we feed the birds, give them water to drink, then collect the eggs. That's for the layers. Then for the broilers, we feed them, give them water to drink, and then when they have gotten to maturity, we sell them off.
So I see you are doing cage system.
Yes, this is cage system.
Okay.
Over there, down there, I also have a section down there for deep litter.
Okay.
Where deep litter, they are on the floor.
Okay.
Over here is cage.
So are there some advantages of cage over deep litter?
Yes. The advantages of the cage system over the deep litter. There is easy management of disease. In case of disease outbreak, there's easy management. You know, as you can see them, each of them are enclosed, confined to a particular cell. So if there is an outbreak of disease in this cell, it's easier to control. It doesn't spread easily. The battery cage system has a whole lot of advantage over the deep litter. The only advantage the deep litter has over the battery cage is the initial cost, which is cheaper. Initially, it's cheaper to start up with deep litter, but over time, it's cheap. The battery cage system is cheaper in the sense that there is you spend less in disease management. Disease is not easily spread in the battery cage compared to the deep litter.
Speaking of the bird itself, why did you decide to start layer bird particularly among other agricultural ventures? You decided to start poultry. Poultry.
Okay, one of the reasons why I decided to venture into poultry, it's because of fast return. Poultry has a fast return of investment. You know, poultry, we can divide poultry into two major sectors: meat type and egg type. I do both egg and both egg, that's layers, and then the meat, that's the broilers. The meat type, in 6 weeks, you're getting your return of investment.
Okay.
That's very fast.
Okay.
While for the layers, it takes we most time refer to the layer as the long-term investment of poultry, because it takes about 6 to 7 months before you start reaping whatever you had put in. For the broilers, in 6 weeks, at most 8 weeks, you've completed a cycle of production. You know if you've made gain or you've not made gain.
Okay.
So, cause of duration, that's why I was particularly keen into starting with poultry. Okay. So that I can make something out of it very fast. But hopefully, by the grace of God, if you're back here, by the first quarter of next year, we'll be expanding. We'll be setting up our pig farm.
Amazing.
Yes, we'll be setting up our pig farm. We also have a small-scale fish farm just behind. So by first quarter of next year, we'll be setting up our pig farm.
Okay, that's amazing. So in terms of the feed of the birds, I know they consume a lot of feed. How do you manage the feed so that you remain sustainable?
That's the hell of, that's like the major challenge facing any poultry farmer: feed. Because feed as a whole takes between 80 to 85% of the entire cost of production. Like what I have here, my total, my current capacity now, I do expend up to between 10 and 11 bags of feed daily, and that's above 200K. So in a week, we spend at least 1.7 million feeding birds. And then I know the question on your mind. You'll be asking, do you see the profit?
Exactly.
Yes, we do. One thing with poultry is just good management.
Okay.
Good management. As much as we spend so much, we still make a whole lot of profits.
Okay, that's amazing. Speaking of management, what are some of the good management practices you have embedded in this farm so that you become profitable?
One of the good management practices is sanitation.
Okay.
You see how, like, I don't know, before you got here, I don't know if you had perceived any foul smell.
No, even here, I don't even know what that is about.
Some people, like, how you get to know that there's a poultry somewhere is the stench. Sometimes maybe even 100 meters, 50 meters away, you perceive the stench and you know that there's a poultry here. But right now we are inside the pen.
Yes.
And the place is so clean and not smelly. So the number one management practice that reduce disease, that control disease and then reduce, like, the major management practice is sanitation, good sanitation. Okay. Good sanitation, good biosecurity. Okay. Biosecurity in the sense that you don't allow people taking, like, people don't come from another farm to your farm without being properly sanitized or being cleaned.
Okay.
But like cleaning themselves.
Okay.
Proper sanitation and biosecurity are the basic. The basic. Once you've gotten your you've gotten that proper sanitation, good good biosecurity, then you can now start thinking of following the medication schedule. Okay. Prompt vaccination. Then you're good to go.
Okay. So in terms of the security of this farm, how do you manage, how do you control this farm so that you don't lose your seeds or some eggs?
Yes. At first, you know, business, one of the major challenge people always have in business is theft. And as God might help us, we have about, okay, we have 4 staffs here, young boys that are living here. And then we also have the services of my mom who lives in the farm.
Amazing.
Yeah, and then her sister too. Amazing. That lives in the farm. we've been able to control that situation of theft because the boys working here are well, they are well paid, they are well taken care of. So from when they started working up till now, we haven't had situation of theft. And then the community as a whole frowns so much at theft.
Okay.
You see the distance we came from to town.
Yes.
So it's even difficult for you to say you want to steal something from the farm and you're taking it out. It's difficult. So all of those pose as a challenge. It doesn't allow one to even think of it. Because you want to steal from the farm. Where are you taking it to?
Exactly.
Where are you selling it?
Exactly. My brother, tell me something. I want to ask a curious question. Is there money in poultry business?
So there's money. Serious money.
Serious money.
Serious money.
Like I want to get involved in poultry business.
Poultry business is one business that you're sure of getting at least 40% of your investment. 40% of your investment. Okay, let's use the broiler aspect of it. For instance, you're sure of getting at least 40% of whatever you put in. Let's say, for instance, you put in a million naira. You're sure of getting at least 400,000 extra after 8 weeks. And I think that's good. That's
so
fair enough.
400,000 profits after 8 weeks.
After 8 weeks, if you're investing 1 million.
That's amazing.
I feel if you are not a greedy person, that's good. Then imagine doing it over time. Imagine doing it over time. And what I'll say, cash out. The best way to cash out in poultry business is consistency. And then for the layer farm, it's wonderful. Once they start laying, the stream of income just keep pumping in, pushing in, because when they get old, to that point we call them spent layer. When they lay to the point that they don't lay at an economic threshold, there's this reduction in lay. At that time they can't sustain themselves, they can't feed themselves, so you need to push them out. At that time you call them spent layer or old layers. That time you sell them and you still make your money.
For how long do they lay before they become spent or old layers?
Normally it's advisable to push them out when they approach a year and 6 months.
Okay.
In lay, a year and 6 months, but maximum 2 years should push them out.
Okay, that's amazing. So speaking of the bird themselves, poultry business itself, are there some challenges that are peculiar to poultry business?
Very serious challenges.
Okay.
I will tell you a story, like a very short story. I'll take you to the other side too, where I'll show you my pullets. They are 9 weeks of age today. Okay. There were 1,050 of them. A very sad story now. A fellow farmer got 500 of this same pullet when I got 1,060 as at 9 weeks ago. I called her to inquire how her birds were doing. That was about 2 weeks ago. She told me she had lost over 400.
Over 400.
So that's the challenge. And imagine losing over 400 out of 500. You're going back to zero.
Okay, what do you think should have done correctly to prevent the losses?
Disease management. Most time you think you vaccinated your birds, but you know most of these vaccines we get are supposed to be stored under under controlled condition, because the vaccines have life in them. So they are supposed to be stored under control situation, like cold situation. And you know the power situation in Nigeria. Most time, maybe before the vaccine has gotten to the farmer, it has been kept under unfavorable condition. Where the vaccine has lost its quality. So administering already failed vaccine to birds, it's more like not administering.
Yeah.
And then there's this disease, gomboro. It's very, very it has 100% mortality rate. That's it can clear the whole flock. So imagine She was even lucky to have like 100 left. At 7 weeks that she lost that number, 400. So those are one of those challenges we face.
Okay. Speaking of water, how important is water to the birds?
Water is very, very important. Water is like birds, for instance, could go 3 to 4 days without food, but they can't go that much long without water. Shows how essential water is. An egg, for instance, when you pick an egg, 80% of the total component of an egg or more, no, about 90% of the total component of egg is made up of water. That's how essential water is. Water, giving them good, sufficient water, good quality water improves the size of the eggs.
Okay.
When your birds drink more water, their eggs are bigger.
And how often do you change water or give them water? Yeah?
As you've seen the water can, we make sure water is always inside.
Okay.
You don't stop giving them water. You can stop giving them feed once in a while. Maybe withdraw feed from cause at this point we don't feed them ad libitum. What I mean ad libitum, like feed is always in the feeders. At this point we feed them twice. In the morning, when they finish whatever we gave them in the morning, they wait, and then we bring the second one in the evening, say from 4 o'clock.
Okay. Regarding the eggs, how do you get buyers for the eggs? Do they come to the farm or?
Like, okay, what we do, because of biosecurity measures, trying to restrict people coming to the farm, we take the egg out because we have a place closer to the town.
Okay.
So we take the egg out, they pick from there.
They pick from your
Yes,
farm.
that's we trying to put on some biosecurity measures. You know, most of these egg vendors, when they are coming to pick eggs, they have touched at maybe 2-3 farms. You don't know what they are bringing to your farm.
Yeah.
So it's better you take the eggs to a central place where
Point
they
of
go
sales.
pick up.
Okay.
That's one of our biosecurity strategy.
Okay.
Yes.
And are you able to meet the demands of egg in this community?
Right now, we are not even able to. Honestly, as I speak to you, as I speak to you, I have eggs booked, as I've been booked up till next week Saturday.
Next week Saturday?
Yes. I even had to put a post on my official line that I'm not taking orders for egg again, that people should stop paying money to my account regarding eggs.
Okay.
That's how serious it is.
That's amazing. And what quantity of eggs do you produce daily?
Daily, we make about 35 crates of egg
35
daily.
crates
Yes,
of eggs?
yes, and that's quite small because with what we have at hand, by March, when our pullets are up, we should be having 50 crates daily. Yes,
That's amazing.
but the dream is that by the end of next year, we are looking at 80 crates least.
Okay. Are you
Daily.
ever looking at producing your own feed someday?
For now, not. We are not looking at that because why I'm not looking at that? I'm an animal scientist by profession. I can formulate feed. That is quite easy. But Cross River State, Calabar, we don't have the comparative advantage to produce feed at a lesser rate. You end up importing maize. You end up importing soybean. You know, the major components, you're getting all of it. At the end of the day, you see that what you spend in producing your own feed is almost the same or even higher than buying commercial diet. So why not, as in why put myself through the stress of producing my own feed when I can easily get commercial diets?
Yeah, makes sense. So for young farmers or those who are interested in starting poultry business or any other agricultural business, what must they look for?
First is passion,
Okay.
and then patience. Because about the sad story I told you, I've had my fair share. There was a time that it wasn't even now. Maybe if it was now, my BP would have gone high because the cost of production is terrible now. That was 2012, 2011, 2012. There was a time I got birds, about 600 of them. I ended up losing 400 due to the same Gomboro disease. Okay, and then I was like, okay, let me get another 500 so that I can meet up the number. I didn't properly disinfect, so I didn't know that the disease was still there. After about 6 weeks, I lost another 400. So put together, I lost close to 1,000 birds in the space of 6 weeks. It was that bad.
That's massive.
So for young people, we need to be patient with the business. There are some times that the market is not coming, or most time it's coming slowly. But right now, poultry business is survival of the fittest self. It's more like a business of the elites. No be poor man business again. You know, imagine buying day old, a carton of day old, that's 50 for over 100K.
Okay.
Last week, a week ago, we were buying a carton of broilers day old for over 100K, 120,000 to be precise.
For 50 pieces.
For 50 pieces. And then you still come back and buy a bag of feed, Ultima, if you are starting them with Ultima Plus for as high as 27,500. So how many people can afford that amount? So it's something one has to be calculative, one has to be patient and consistent.
Okay, that's amazing. In terms of the feces, how do you manage the feces and what do you do with?
Like what I'll call it shit money. There's money in it. Like people call and beg that we bring manure, like we deliver manure to them. That's how serious it is.
Let's get the manure.
This excrete. People call and beg. Right now we sell a bag for 600 naira.
Okay.
And then we do produce up to 500 bags every month. So you can do your mathematics. We are seeing money either ways.
Okay.
So we have a shed, an open shed where we remove the manure, spread them, allow it to dry, then bag and sell.
Have you ever thought of producing biogas someday with the manure?
Right now, I haven't thought of that because already I'm really occupied with a whole lot of things. So, and I like to specialize and give 100% concentration. But in the future, I will look into biogas because it's a form of power generation.
Okay,
so we'll look into that.
That's amazing. For our viewers who are interested in mentorship from you,
okay,
partnering with you,
okay,
buying some produce from your farm,
okay,
how can they get in touch with you?
Okay, especially partnership and mentorship. For partnership, someone would ask, this young guy says he feeds bird with 1.7 million naira weekly. How does he make such money? It's actually true. I feed birds with 1.7 million naira weekly. But how do I make this money? I get money from investors, from partners. People invest in the farm. And then we have an investment plan both short term and long term, where we do between 8 and 10% return of investment every 2 months.
Okay.
So then I do a one-on-one mentorship classes, one-on-one mentorship class where I mentor people, teach people on better ways to do this farming business. Okay. So you could always reach me on either on WhatsApp or on call. My number is 081 3490 9893. Or you could follow us on Facebook, our Facebook platform, Mafion Farms Enterprise.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for having us. It's been an awesome experience.
You're welcome.
We wish you the very best with your poultry and
Thank you,
every other agricultural business. It's been an honor.
Thank God.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Dear viewers, you heard it all from the master himself. There's too much money to be made in agriculture. Thank you for watching. If you are new to our channel, kindly subscribe, click the notification bell, like, comment, so you never miss an episode on agriculture that matters. Until then, peace.